course, looking to continue their 100% start to the season. That's at 9. And then on Thursday, it is off to the Mestalla, high-flying Valencia against Cordoba, 8:55 for that one. At half-time at the Bernabeu, it is Real Madrid 3, Elche 1. A couple of controversial penalties, the first of which went in favour of Elche to make it 1-0 to the visitors. After that, Gareth Bale responded for Real Madrid. That was 1-1. Another controversial penalty, this time Marcelo perhaps taking a bit of a dive. Ronaldo converting to make it 2-1. And as you'd expect, Real coming on strong in the second half of that half. Ronaldo scoring his second, and that means it is now 3-1 to the home side. So we've had goals for both Ronaldo and Bale starting up front together. Would you like to see them doing that more often?
I definitely would like both, in fact, but especially Ronaldo. Ronaldo is right now the best player together with Messi in world of football. For me, he's one of the best players in the history of football. He's absolutely magnificent, superb. I ran out of adjectives to talk about him. And I like to see him playing with the free role. He can go wherever he wants. It's much more difficult to mark, feel happy. Last season, for example, he was playing more like a winger or left winger. At least that was his initial position. Now, in this season, he's playing much more free, much better.
I'm sure Ancelotti's fairly happy with how things are going, but what would make him more happy in this half? A clean sheet or a couple more goals?
Well, both, if anything, but he had not been, I mean, I don't think he has been very, very happy with his experiment tonight. The defense is still not looking 100% convincing. They give chances, they commit a lot of fouls, they have 2 yellow cards in 10-15 minutes, for example. They still don't look convincing defensively, so they have to improve defensively.
OK, well, let's see if they do then. Let's hand you back to our commentators, Terry Gibson and Rob Palmer.
Thank you very much. It's Elche who kick off the second half. They couldn't quite believe their luck when they took the lead after 15 minutes. Gifted a penalty. Ronaldo also tucks away a penalty when a similar gift fell his way. No changes at half-time. Of course, Ancelotti has mixed the players up tonight. He does have on the bench Benzema, Arbeloa, Nacho, Modric. I would imagine at some point we'll see Chicharito, who came on and played more than a cameo role at the weekend against Depot, came on and scored 2 goals. He's been one of those guys who gets so frustrated, Javier Fernandez. Even at Real Madrid, at Manchester United, should I say. He came on 23 times last season. Information of the teams there, and as Ozzy was saying, 2 of the Real Madrid back 4 have been carded. Carvajal and Marcelo have to watch their step. Real Madrid will be seeking a quick fire 4th goal. And then you do fear for Elche. Will they go the same way as Depor? Terry, of course, who conceded 8 goals at the weekend against Real.
It's a possibility, isn't it? Something that Frank Escribal would love to avoid. Seeking many more goals. Been a tough start to the season for the Elche. Just 2nd season back in the top flight. As you said earlier, Barcelona away was their 1st game of the season. Their 3rd away game of the season at Real Madrid. So at least that's done and dusted now and it's out of the way.
It's Cruz to Ronaldo, seeking his 2nd successive hat-trick. Ames, Carvajal, Ronaldo's in there, but just ahead of him was Gareth Bale.
Quite progressive in the first half, Elche. It was at 0-0, of course, when they were 1-0 ahead. I'm just wondering in the second half whether they're going to be a little bit more pragmatic in terms of protecting their goal. It's going to be a tall order for them to get 2 goals, get back on level terms without Real Madrid scoring anymore. I think that has to be the priority now for Escribal. His half-time team talk would have been built around making sure that they stay nice and solid. Back 4 remains in place. Edu Albacar and Domingo Sisma don't look to push on too many occasions.
Isco, not quite a defence splitting pass. scoring form. We mentioned in the first half that he's now in 5 in 5, but of course you take into account the Wales game as well, where he scored a couple against Andorra. So 7 in 6 matches.
I really do think this new position, well, I say new position, I think it's the position he played in for Tottenham Hotspur as well. Perhaps not predominantly as the out-and-out centre forward, but certainly in a centre attacking role. Just gives two wonderfully gifted footballers like Ronaldo and Bale the opportunity to move around, the opportunity to take players on the left, take players on the right. They both got the pace to run in behind defenders, they've got the pace to drop short, get the ball, turn it and run at defenders.
Here's Isco.
Underestimated the movement of Ronaldo for his goal, the headed goal. Run across to the near post, defender stayed with him and he slammed the brakes on. The defender didn't stop, Ronaldo did. The ball found the cross from Marcelo, found him perfectly, and it was a fantastic header, but the movement was excellent from Ronaldo.
Marcelo, and a timed challenge from Sisma, one of the players to come into the Elche team tonight. They've made 4 changes from their last game when they were beaten by Eibar 2-0. To Isco. Ronaldo loses his man and took a deflection. Real corner.
Patient build up from Real Madrid. Things their own way in terms of getting the ball into the attacking half. Then Elche trying to stay solid. Deflection off David Lombard.
And his corner. We'll get a second stab at it. Just delays to allow Ramos to check himself onside. Sergio Ramos. Defender slipping and sliding. Bale can't get a grip of it. There's Rodriguez. Two Rodriguez in the team. There's Victor Rodriguez, the number 17. Gary with 2 R's, Rodriguez number 11, obviously named after the great Gary Birtles with that spelling. Sisma. Oh, good ball through, Real's defence goes to sleep. Coromina spotted a little gap in the near post of Navas.
Good build-up play, wasn't it? Darting run from Coromina, doesn't hit the target. Navas not forced into making a save. Went for Powell.
There's Isco. Good balance. Brilliant ball to Ronaldo. Oh, Ronaldo was maybe a little bit too close to go.
Good play from Isco, wasn't it? They will keep the ball in play and show great composure. Cuts inside. Passing to Ronaldo, goes for the toe poke. That technique, you're never sure how much elevation you're going to get on the finish. In that range, he probably thought it was the right idea. Rodriguez played on the right wing in the first half, appears to be taking up a left-sided position.
Ronaldo. Marcelo, lovely flip. Isco started the move, draws defenders again. Ramos. With hope in the direction of Carvajal, but Edu Albacar just ahead of him. James. Bale. Cruz to Bale. Vacates his centre forward's position. To be guided out of play, but I suspect that Carvajal was just offside there.
guilty of delaying the pass a little bit. Carvajal was on the move. Good defensive line there from Elche. It was Gary Rodriguez who's chasing back Carvajal as well.
A crowd of 63,000 have turned out on a Tuesday night. Hoping for something a little less workmanlike and more spectacular for Real Madrid.
Central defenders are venturing forward. Not sure this situation whether they both would. 3-1 down. Risk getting caught in the counter-attack.
It's a little bit quick, but well aware of the danger was goalkeeper Keylor Navas. Zisman. Hasn't yet been a true test of Real Madrid's new goalkeeper, the Costa Rican international. David from Levante, where last season we're told he made more saves than any other goalkeeper in Europe. 160 saves during the course of the season. There we go. I'm aware that sometimes people watch television and they have a drinking game if certain cliches are made. I heard that nobody's having a drinking game tonight every time we have a cutaway of Iker Casillas, not on a school night. The Spanish director has clearly assigned somebody to get a cutaway of Casillas, and he's going to use that particular cameraman an awful lot tonight. Ronaldo. Of home advantage. They have back-to-back away games, of course. It's Villarreal at the weekend and then Ludogorets next week in the Champions League. The goalkeeper stays on his line, leaves this one to Carvajal to deal with. Shooting opportunity, but Mosquera always leaning back. Rodrichenko to go through their stretching exercises. He's down there. Chicharito as well. Marcelo.
The midfield player, Pedro Mosquera, an ex-Real Madrid player, one appearance as a sub for 1 minute. Against Getafe back in March 2010. Don't laugh, it must have been a great minute because Getafe bought him. Distance there, wasn't it, a moment or so ago, going for that dream goal and playing at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. Very old shape. So a tidy game in midfield. Mosquera and Adrian Gonzalez, another youngster from Real Madrid as well, son of Michel, former Real Madrid legend.
I've done your homework tonight. I'll give you a bonus point if you could tell me who he came on for Mosquera for that minute.
Xabi Alonso.
Full house, Terry Gibson. Mosquera, a 1 minute hero for Real Madrid. Edu Albacar. Oh, it falls. Oh, that was a big chance for Corominas.
Again, he's a player that doesn't contribute enough in terms of goals. Corominas, top scorer last year, with 6 goals. Richmond above Aki, sharing that title. Played every game though, Corominas. He was always playing for Elche. Christian Herrera is on the bench again tonight, a young player that came as a sub against Eibar, performed really well.
He's got 13 goals in 14 matches with the B team last year. You would think it's worth giving him a chance. Maybe he'll be given an opportunity as the evening advances. Here's Cruz. It's turned from James wide. He goes to Ronaldo. Oh, and that was a raw tackle.
Albacar stepped out the box immediately. I'm not sure if that foul was outside the box. was experienced enough there to know that he did hack down Cristiano Ronaldo. Got beat in terms of skill. Great step over from Ronaldo, at pace as well. Once he did the foul, Ronaldo just get the decision. In that position he loves to take on the defender.
Silly point.
See him step out as soon as he did it. I think it's outside. He made sure the referee wasn't going to give the penalty. Look, steps out of the box. He wasn't there when he made it, was he? One leg was.
We've already had 2 penalties awarded generously in this game. Teased in, the goalkeeper stays on his line, and Ramos, fortunately for Elche, lost his bearings.
Been lucky on a couple of occasions tonight when he met forcefully with his head in the first half. That time he just got his positioning a little bit wrong. Flighted pass from James Rodriguez.
Last year scored 160 goals in all competitions. They managed to score at least 4 goals in 17 matches last season. Because they managed 6 on a couple of occasions. They've gone better this year with the 8 they scored against Depor. A record win, by the way, was against Levante back in 1960. It was an 11-2 success. Be time for change for Elche. Minos, who's had a couple of chances to score tonight, is taken out of the firing line. On comes Faye Fachal, the Moroccan international.
He is a midfield player, so that might just mean that rather than Coromines playing as a link between midfield and attack, then Escribal might just try and tighten things up. He'd be happy with the second half performance and the way that the game is panning out now, in terms of Real Madrid not really going searching for goals at the moment. Dropped a little bit in terms of tempo, the Real Madrid performance. Can this go liven it up?
Rodriguez. Mosquera, Adrian. Nice little turn. The referee has been consistent. He's given a free kick for any contact whatsoever tonight.
A little tug there, isn't there, from Yaramendi? He'd actually taken up the centre-half position as Ramos was caught upfield. Now we're just swapping over positions then. As Ramos got back, Yaramendi stepped out into midfield, and good skill from Victor Rodriguez to just skip round Yaramendi.
As captain stands up again, Edu Alibakar. They could get a second goal. It really would put a cat amongst the pigeons here. Alibakar fires it, takes a deflection, wrong foot's the goalkeeper. Heart-in-mouth moment for Real Madrid.
It's a significant deflection, isn't it, that one? There's no chance for the goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. Comes off with Gareth Bell. It's really close for Elche and Alibakar.
Elche testing the strength of Real Madrid here. Free header, comfortable, long band just cushioning it to Keylor Navas. Ancelotti getting in the way of our Casillas cap. O'Day. Carvajal. Now Navas. Ramos to Marcelo. Laramendi. sprucing himself up, ready for action. Bale with the poor pass, got out by Rodriguez. Elche attempted to play their way out of defence. Albacar. Adrian. Rodriguez, that's a poor pass.
Whether that's going to be for Carvajal, who's returned from a couple of weeks out through injury.
He has been nursing a bit of a thigh problem, Carvajal. Here's James. He's gone. Nice take. Right into the face of the defenders. Does have a dribble with Lisco. And clearly obstructed. Free kick. And reward for his attempt to entertain.
Yeah, the reward for taking the mickey, I think, from Domingo Sisma there. He didn't like what Lisco was up to.
It's called by Terry. That's Carvajal who comes off. He also has a yellow card against his name, so maybe protected from a couple of angles with his injury. And the caution, the popular man, Alvaro Arbeloa comes on.
Good hour's work for Danny Carvajal.
We saw last week with Barcelona, they made 9 changes, didn't they, for the Champions League? Ancelotti didn't go quite to that extent for their opening game against Basel. They beat 5-1. Tinkering with the team tonight, trying to give everybody valuable playing time.
Ronaldo hovering over this one. He's going to be a little tap from Toni Kroos and a finish from Ronaldo.
Looks like the plan. There's Kroos, there's Ronaldo, and there's the big boot of Manuel Herrera. Corner. Keeper saw it very, very late and hung on at the third attempt.
He punches it, and here he makes a good save at the near post. Up from Toni Kroos, doing as he's told by Ronaldo. The most powerful of strikes, but the goalkeeper there is no more than head high, is it? He's actually punching it lower rather than higher.
Bale, oh, brilliant insight by Bale. James was just offside.
Too many complaints from the spectators on that side of the pitch. It is difficult for the assistant referee, and it doesn't come more difficult than that, does it? Almost level, might have been an inch offside.
Gonzalez, of course, the son of Michel, the Real Madrid great. He's had a little effect in midfield tonight. So Mario Prasilic comes on, a teenage player, one of many, loaned out by Chelsea at the moment. He's a Croatian international, signed by Chelsea in the summer, and immediately farmed out to Elche to further his footballing education. Varane. It's midway through the second half. It's a game that's in need of a goal to up the entertainment value. Arbeloa. Kroos. Rodriguez. Now Isco. Ronaldo. Marcelo.
Best to urge on Real Madrid to sprint in the last 20 minutes or so, add to the scoreline. That determines well-organised performance from Elche in the second half.
Elche's intention every season, isn't it, to just stay in the top flight. Managed to do so last year, first back-to-back since the 1970s. Here's Marcelo, flips it in, goalkeeper with excellent take.
There certainly has been a change in style from Elche in the second half. We haven't seen the forceful running from the wider players that we saw in the first half. The emphasis clearly is on not conceding any more goals.
James allowed to run and then found a rare pitch mark. But Isco. James, Ronaldo turns. Isco again. A lot of the Real Madrid players are one-touch, two-touch players. Isco is a 5, 6, 7-touch player, isn't he? It's a different rhythm that he brings to the team.
Well, often, plenty of times where you think Isco is going to lose it, he's overdoing it. Manages to dribble his way out of trouble. Cruz. Spate of passes from Real Madrid that haven't found their intended targets. Al-Bakar. Cruz, can he stop something here for Real? Isco turns, not quite aware of who was around him. It's an education as well tonight for Ancelotti to see who from the fringes may be worth a promotion. Certainly Remende and Isco have had to be patient. Varane as well, to a slightly lesser extent. The next generation of Real Madrid players who have been recruited for big fees. And to watch from the sidelines in the early weeks of the season. It is a relatively small squad. We're talking at the 18-man squad tonight. Look at the subs bench of course, Casillas and Arbeloa, Nacho, Fabio Contral, Javier Hernandez, Benzema, Modric. After that, just Pepe and Khedira injured. Hesse is a long-term injury. So Ancelotti is going to have to rely on an awful lot on playing the majority of these players.
James, Arbeloa. Lovely ball in there, Ronaldo readjusts. And he was well attempted by Lombard.
That's what they haven't done as much in the second half, Real Madrid. Win the ball high up the pitch, win the ball back quickly.
Turn from Isco. The intention was to free Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe the answer to that rather limited squad, Terry, is to promote some of the players from the Real Madrid B and youth teams. So that has been a regular flow at Barcelona. Real not. So one of the reasons that the father of Adrian, Goles, Michel, left the club was head of youth at Real Madrid. Didn't feel that there was a flow of players from the academy to the first team. Even the likes of Morata, who came through, moved on very quickly last season, didn't he?
Rather surprised that he left the club. Not a good money for him from Juventus. going to carve a hole in the starting 11 tonight. He's the player that's come through the ranks, isn't he?
But a virus spell by Leverkusen.
But they had to buy him back. But it certainly would be a help to Ancelotti to have 3 or 4. There's some players have gone out on loan.
But Arbeloa came through the youth academy as well, but Arbeloa came via Liverpool.
Sergio Ramos. Ronaldo to Ramos. Arbeloa freeing himself from his defensive position. He was in the press this week reacting to suggestions that he may move on in the winter transfer window, saying no, he's got another 2 years left on his contract and he's very happy in his Madrid home. He'll be going nowhere. Varane stands his ground. Mendy wins the ball back. Varane walks out of defence. Good ball. Where's the keepers though?
Really a great ball. Something that I think that Rafael Varane is capable of doing on many more occasions. Runs out the back in possession. Something we don't see an awful lot from too many central defenders, isn't it? But Varane is certainly capable of manoeuvring Real Madrid from a defensive position, making the extra man in midfield. Mendy tonight will fill him for him.
By Ramos. Marcelo to Varane. Far more subdued second half. Bale to Isco. Now Marcelo. Ronaldo.
One or two criticisms, hasn't there, have been of the second half performances from Real Madrid this season. Collapse against Real Sociedad. Atletico Madrid took control of the league game in the second half as well. Scored a few goals at the weekend against Deportivo La Coruña, in fairness, but the tempo has certainly dropped in the second half. That intensity to win the ball back high up the pitch, but they did in the first few minutes of the game, right throughout the first half, hasn't been in the second half. It hasn't been a necessity though, with a 2-goal advantage. Karim Benzema. Hernandez.
Well, Benzema has started every game this season. In a way, he's put in a very long shift as well. Maybe it's lateral thinking by Ancelotti to introduce a player who has a point to prove and has a motivation. Maybe Hernandez, Chicharito on the back of his shirt.
Something that Benzema needs as well, isn't it? Some competition for his place. Now, you probably thought that was just going to be in the shape of Javier Hernandez, but Ronaldo and Bale are playing up front tonight.
Time for change. Gareth Bale. The number 11. Confusion. That's Rodriguez, the number 11 of Elche, who is replaced. Cristian Herrera, the young strapping striker, takes his place, and it is James Rodriguez who's given a break by Ancelotti. And on loan from Manchester United, Chicharito. Against Deportivo and livened things up. He scored 2 late goals. In his Manchester United days, he Actually scored 3 goals in his last 5 appearances. So he's not got a too shabby goal per minute ratio.
It looks like he's going to go and play alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. Gareth Bale drifting out into the flank position.
Here's Bale from that wide roll. Fires it across the face. Ronaldo had anticipated and come inside early. It's hardly a wild pace to get used to. Here goes Chicharito. It's taken him a few touches to get into his step.
It was a great position though, wasn't it? If he'd been sharper there, which he normally is sharp as anything, better touch, he would have been in on goal.
Ronaldo, talking of sharp, ankle tapped, yet another penalty. I think this of the 3 decisions the referees had to make tonight was the most clear-cut and uncontroversial.
No complaints there from Eltche. Although he stumbles, doesn't he? Trips himself and falls onto the back of Cristiano Ronaldo. Minimal contact. But compared to the other 2, I agree with you, the most clearest of the 3.
It's Ronaldo, it's a hat-trick. Back-to-back hat-tricks for Cristiano Ronaldo. How many match balls does he ever want to take home?
Perhaps up the game for Real Madrid, not that it was in any doubt. Fix this one in the opposite corner. Herrera does go the right way, he's not going to make the save there. Gareth Bale outside the foot pass.
Third and final change will be made by Real Madrid. They're going to give some playing time to the defender Nacho. He started last week in the Champions League.
Just talking to the bench as well there. Not sure after his hat-trick whether he's willing to have a 10-minute rest. I think the question was asked by Ancelotti. I guess we'll find out what the answer was from Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo now scored 11 goals this season. 8 in La Liga. He loves the stats. It's, was it now 263 goals in 254 appearances.
Just changing it, Rob. Just keeping up to date.
How many hat-tricks, Terry?
This is 25th Real Madrid hat-trick.
How many in La Liga, Terry?
21. Actually, joking aside, the record La Liga hat-tricks is Di Stefano and the legendary Telmo Zarra, Athletic Bilbao striker, on 22.
On the way. He's on 49 goals for Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos. He's not going to get it tonight. Performance appreciated, and I'll just give a test to Nacho as a centre-back. He is largely a full-back, Nacho, and at times he's had to fill in the centre of defence. Maybe 10 minutes or so in that position. Just to see what happens in emergencies will be an indication for Ancelotti.
Good squad play for Ancelotti. He can play anywhere in the back 4. He can play both sides in terms of playing full-back, or he can play in the centre of defence.
There's Chicharito. Arpala cuts it back. Cruz still awaits his first Real Madrid goal.
Elche should have scored here. Oh, great contact, hits it down into the ground. It does clip off the top of the crossbar. Really good run. back towards the edge of the box. It's found by the pass from the teammate. I think he would have preferred the pass to have been along the ground, wouldn't he? Bobbling in front of him. And a bobble on the finish. Just bobbling off the top of the crossbar. Tough game ahead though for Real Madrid at the weekend. Real away from home.
Much bigger test than home against little Elche. This will be Real's 6th success in a row against the team from southwest of Alicante. Third defeat of the season. It's a better start than last year, believe it or not. They didn't win in the opening 6 games. And had run in their mid-season 22 matches without success. But stayed up on the penultimate day with a damaging draw for Barcelona. They held them 0-0. To Cruz. One man has stayed back. That's free Gareth Bale. Ronaldo's in the centre. Chicharito screaming for it. He gets it. And he takes a massive divot.
Clearly slips this name, Gareth Bale. His magic side gets past Lundman.
I won't see a divot like that taken in the Ryder Cup this weekend. 4-1 into the final 5 minutes of what has been largely an exercise in endurance for Real Madrid. An experiment which has kind of worked for Ancelotti. Cruz to Isco. Marcelo.
Some valuable playing time as well, isn't there, in terms of match fitness for some of the players for Real Madrid this evening. These games under his belt. Yoram Mendes, his first start of the season. Isco started the game against Real Sociedad, so not getting too much playing time as well. Carvajal coming back from a recent injury. Keylor Navas, of course, we shouldn't forget. Well, it's been easy to forget about him in the second half, isn't it? There's not been too many attempts on goal from Elche. Making his debut tonight for Ancelotti's side.
Here's Cruz. Feed by Bale. Arbeloa catches the eyes of the defenders. And stuck to Bale. Illarramendi. Isco. Marcelo. Fires it across and he did another big save from Manuel Herrera. Could have been 5 goals for Cristiano Ronaldo tonight, but for the sharp keeping of Elche's number 1.
They're a hard crowd to please here at the Real Madrid, aren't they? Gareth Bale, there can be no doubt he's been a success so far. Because he chose to shoot from distance, probably a little bit selfish. Those jeers and whistles when he didn't hit the target.
Navas, nice take.
So the attempt from Ronaldo. Out-swinging cross from Marcelo. One man gets beaten at the far post. Javier Hernandez there on Hernandez, and he for the knockback from Ronaldo, but denied by the touch from the goalkeeper.
There's a good noise being made by the Elche supporters up on the top tier. So over 200 have made the journey today, so 900-kilometre round trip from the coast to the capital. haven't been able to celebrate any win at the Bernabeu in the 21 visits. Haven't embarrassed themselves tonight, but in truth, they've been completely outclassed. Ronaldo to Marcelo. Cruz. Now Isco. Ronaldo tries to play 1-2 with Isco. Can't really put his performance under the microscope. Focus, I'm sure, as the weekend's game gets closer, will be whether Iker Casillas regains his place, whether it is a rotation of the squad, or whether Casillas has been dropped and is out of favour again with Ancelotti.
Which is going to be a massive talking point over the next few days after a week, only after a week of Ancelotti saying there was no debate anymore. Casillas was number one. He's fed up talking about the goalkeeping situation. Placed it firmly back in the public domain again now. Looks to be a handful, looks to be a good acquisition by Elche and Jonathan, the big centre forward. That's where they struggled last season in terms of finding goals.
Yeah, 3 additional minutes.
15 goals last season in Serie B. He's on loan from Pescara. It's the type of signings these clubs like Elche have to make, isn't it? Find someone that they think has potential. Probably hasn't been given a chance at Pescara in Serie A. No, he is playing in La Liga. Playing at Real Madrid.
Trying to find the second goal. Victor Rodriguez. It's a poor shot from Mosquera. Well, Navas has conceded a goal tonight, but couldn't be blamed for the penalty that flashed past him. I was going to say Casillas watching from the bench. Touched by Bale. Ronaldo looking for his fourth. 4 tonight, 3 at the weekend. 7 goals in the space of 3 days for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Absolutely ridiculous, but it is scintillating play from Gareth Bale. They've been playing at half pace in the second half, haven't they? His 4th goal, 2 penalties. It's a slide rule pass from Gareth Bale after he easily outstripped a defender with pace and skill. He makes it look so easy. It's a good pass from Gareth Bale, but the touch has to be perfect to allow it to roll in front of him, to finish easily with his second touch. He just makes it look so easy.
We are blessed that we're watching 2 of the greatest players ever compete against each other for different teams. Lionel Messi, great form for Barcelona, but a World Player of the Year. Cristiano Ronaldo living up to his best player on the planet tag. He is in exceptional form. And he's superhuman as well, Ronaldo, showing no signs of tiring, as we mentioned. He doesn't exactly hide in the game, does he?
And there's been a debate about an injury, isn't there? Whether he's 100% fit.
Well, Ancelotti 4 days ago was under scrutiny, but his team have responded with goals galore. They managed 8 against Deportivo and against Elche tonight, just the 5 goals. There's a surprise when Elche took the lead,
But then Bale scored, and it was Ronaldo. Real Madrid roller coast past Elche by 5 goals to 1. A flamboyant performance.
Certainly was. A slightly more sedate second half. Real Madrid in cruise control, really. But he still scored 2 more goals. Ronaldo once again imperious. That is his 25th hat-trick for Real Madrid. Absolutely incredible. He started the season fantastically well again. He will have the match ball. And Real very much on the up. In fact, they are now up to 4th place in the league. They've played an extra game over the top 3 of Barcelona, Valencia and Sevilla. They are lurking with intent. 3 points now between them and Barcelona. They play tomorrow, of course. As far as Elche are concerned, well, they've dropped 1 place because of that heavy loss. They dropped down below Deportivo on goal difference, so they are now in 14th, 4 points from their 5 games. So it finishes 5-1 to Real Madrid. It seemed as though they were just going through the motions in that half. No problems at all.
It was like that in the second half. It was a qualified training, really. In fact, Real Madrid took it very, very easy. If they wanted to, they could score a lot more goals. We saw at the beginning that we were going to see a football exhibition, Real Madrid attacking force, and this is what we saw today. But it could have been different, especially at the beginning.
OK, well, let's go through all the goals from the very start then, as Elche took a shock lead. Now, there was some contact here, Ozzy, but you don't think it was a penalty?
No, just a little contact, but to give a penalty, it has to be something a lot more, it has to be more intention. Just Ronaldo went to the ball, the other guy anticipated, maybe was a foul from the other guy. No, not a foul, not a penalty for me.
Referee had a fair amount to do with this game, didn't he? A number of decisions that perhaps have not been made.
I think referee has to be very, very careful because, like I said before, football is a contact sport. So we wanted to make it